How to know if you're ready to start a renovation. In my experience, people often reach out about a renovation while they're still sorting out what it really needs to be. There's excitement about the change, but the budget, the timing, or direction hasn't quite come together yet. That's not a problem. It's part of the process. First, ask yourself if the project is a priority. Not just, I'd like a new kitchen someday, but this is something I need to address now because it's affecting my daily life or my long-term plans. Second, look at your budget. Do you have a realistic sense of what the project will cost? Have you saved up for it, or do you have financing in place? If you're hoping the project will cost half of what it requires, that gap needs to close before you start. Otherwise, every decision becomes a compromise and the project, it doesn't work out very well. Third, think about your timeline. Are you planning to stay in the home long enough to enjoy the renovation? Are there major life changes coming? A job move, a new baby, relocation that might make this the wrong time? Renovations disrupt your routine, and if your life is already unstable, adding construction on top of that can be overwhelming. Fourth, consider whether you're aligned with the other decision makers in your home. If you and your partner aren't on the same page about the scope, the budget, or priorities, those conflicts will surface during the project. Renovation requires hundreds of small decisions, and those decisions build on one another. It's better to resolve them beforehand. And finally, ask yourself if you're mentally prepared for the process. Renovations are messy, they're noisy, they're inconvenient. Even with great planning and a skilled contractor, there will be days when your routine is disrupted. It helps to know whether you have margin for that disruption right now. One of the clearest indicators is whether your project has a defined purpose right now. Homes change over time, and many renovations are driven by functional pressures, layouts that no longer support your daily routines, and systems that are reaching the end of their service life, or long-term plans like aging in place. When a project is tied to how the home needs to work today or in the near future, decisions stay focused. When it's purely aspirational, the direction often stays vague, which makes planning difficult. Being ready doesn't mean you have to have everything figured out before you reach out. In many cases, it's better to start the conversation earlier rather than later. That gives us time to help you think through the scope, understand what's involved, and shape a plan at a pace that makes sense for you. The planning phase creates space to work through the decisions before your daily routines are affected. You can get comfortable with the ideas and the costs and the trade-offs gradually instead of all at once. By the time you're truly ready to move forward, you're not starting from scratch. You already have a plan that may only need small updates before it's put into action. There's also practical reason not to wait. Renovation schedules are built months in advance, and availability isn't immediate. Starting the conversation earlier gives you more control over the timing. Readiness isn't a switch that you flip. It's something you arrive at through planning, clarity, and time. Starting sooner gives you all three.